So you're interested in buying a Corvette. It's 2025 and C8s are all the rage, but you're not feeling that. You want something more classic with that front engine, rear wheel drive chaos. You've met me in mine, 2016 Z06, 7-speed manual, 650 horsepower, 650 foot-pounds of torque, front engine, rear wheel drive. You've got my man Ricky here. What you got?
Here we got a 2017 Grand Sport 3LT. This one has 460 horsepower, 465 pounds of torque. Also front engine, rear wheel drive. Which one do you think is the better choice?
Let's talk about why you want to go with the Z06. First of all, the iconic Z06 name. It's well known, it's renowned. Might tickle your ego a little bit if you're into that kind of stuff. 656 horsepower, 650 foot-pounds of torque. You get that action on the street, all that fun. You could go be a hooligan wherever you want to. I don't care what your surface is. To be honest, there's not a whole lot of cons or benefits for the Z06 over the Grand Sport. But just to name those two, then you go with the cons, that 650 horsepower and 650 foot-pounds of torque might work against you depending on where you're driving at. It takes a lot of throttle discipline to handle this beast. There's a lot of reviews and a lot of talk about the way this engine can overpower the chassis and get you in a bad position really, really quickly. Whereas opposed to the Grand Sport, it's a much more natural driving experience. What do you think?
Now let's go into some of the pros and cons of the Grand Sport. Like he said, there's not too many differences between the two. Yes, the Z06 does have 650 horsepower compared to Grand Sport's 460 horsepower, but these Corvettes are light cars, and you don't need that much horsepower to be driving in the streets. With 460 horsepower, it's more than enough to be driving on the road, to beat your everyday cars. Not many can compete with the Corvette. Now, a con, it does have less horsepower. So if you're looking to track the car, you might have to learn your throttle and be able to control that a little bit more versus the Grand Sport. Now, another big pro to the Grand Sport is you're going to be saving about $15,000 on the price. So if you're looking to look cool, have that American muscle, but you don't want to break the bank all the way, Grand Sport's going to be your option.
The engine that comes with the big supercharger on top, that big, huge heat sink. Now, yeah, something that hot can still be pretty cool to talk about when you're bragging to your friends. But when you get on the road, it starts to become a problem, especially when you're pushing it, especially on the track, even more so. So 2017s and up, they got the cooling upgrades. Why? Class action lawsuits due to cooling issues on the track. You didn't have that problem without the supercharger. With the supercharger, then you started having those problems. The maintenance. The gadgets and bits that give you that extra horsepower also need extra care. 650 horsepower going to those rear wheels. It's a little bit more wearsome, I guess. Is that a word? Wearsome than it would be with 460 horsepower. You step on a throttle, different things happen. There's not a lot of difference in the oil capacity and such things like that. Your typical maintenance, 9.8 liters, 9.8 liters, same amount of brake fluid, same modules and everything like that. But overall, I'd say maintenance is a con for the Z06. Strike one for the Grand Sport.
All right, so when we talk about maintenance on a Grand Sport, that is a pro because we don't have a supercharger. So running a NA car, you do have more reliability and you don't have to worry about the car getting heat soaked. So that also helps with the car's longevity and helps you in the long run save money in your pocket, which is what we want. So maintenance, I think Grand Sport takes a point over the Z06 just because of that supercharger and the extra added maintenance that it has there.
6.2 liter V8?
Yeah, 6.2 liter V8.
14.5-inch brakes?
14.5-inch brakes.
Performance traction management?
Yep.
Check. Electronic rear diff?
Yeah, electronic rear diff.
Gas mileage?
Who cares when you're driving a Corvette, right?
335s on the back.
335s on the back.
Active exhaust?
Active exhaust.
Manual?
You got me there. Mine's an HP automatic.
So what the hell did all that mean anyways? More money saved. More power, more reliability. More fun? Can't really say that for sure. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I say both cars are fun. If you have the extra money, why not get the Z06? If you don't, I wouldn't worry too much. You're still gonna have a ton of fun in the Grand Sport.
Z06 or a Grand Sport? Well, it really depends on what you want. Do you want a daily driver? Well, they both have the same comfort and fit and finish and feel. What do you want to happen when you press the gas pedal? Fun things happen both times. I think it really comes down to price and driving style. If you want something a little bit, if you can say tame, I use that loosely. If you want something a little more tame, a little more reliable, go with the Grand Sport, especially if you go with the automatic in city driving. If you want something a little bit more dramatic, a little bit more chaotic, a little bit more expensive, a little bit more stressful, maybe even anxiety inducing, as if the Grand Sport's not, but still. Z06, both iconic names, both with a rich history. It's hard to make a choice, honestly. What do you think?
I think there's not much left to add there. Very well said. Choice is really yours.
There you go.